Good morning. This is the Site Plan Review Committee meeting of August 28th, 2018. Site Plan Review Committee members present this morning are Dana Brangiaforti, City Assessor, Pat DeMarco, Code Consultant, myself, Frank Stringy, City Planner, Nick Rystrom, City Engineer, Paul Cheever, Deputy Fire Chief, and Mark Block, Plumbing Inspector. First site plan is for 49 Cambridge Street. Anybody here for 49 Cambridge Street? Site plan for Arcadia Street. Nobody here yet? Oh, here we go. Hi.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Hiding over there, or outside. You have a wanted man.
My new office. So just back again, and we were going back and forth with the new zoning, and the new zoning is for the stagger effect, which we show here. And on the bottom of the page, it shows you like on 3 and 4, and it's a stagger effect.
So we'll put these two together. This is Arcadia and Ellerton Street.
Right.
Construction of a duplex dwelling on Arcadia Street and construction of a duplex dwelling on Ellerton Street. So you met the setback, front setback of 20 feet on Arcadia. You can come on up and take a look at the plan if you wish.
Can we get one of them?
I only brought enough for here. I'm sorry about that. And these are the other ones that we didn't use.
All right, so the zoning requirements that had to be met that he was non-compliant in last time have now been satisfied. He provided 20 feet setback in the front, at least 10 feet on the side yard, and 30 feet in the rear yard.
We try to maintain a little wider setbacks than are required for the side setbacks. And we also will determine and talk about the Arcadia to Ellerton connection for fire apparatus.
Hal, do you have an elevation plan to propose? Oh, here we go, the last page, yeah.
I only have that one there.
Hal, who are you using for your engineering?
The civil engineer will be Alliance Engineering out of Saugus.
So I'll just give you a comment. Here as far as what we're looking at for fire apparatus, the cut through. You have to have him do a apparatus model. He has the turn radiuses and everything that's required.
Right.
So you need to provide that to us and show that, because right now the plan you're showing doesn't show me the width of Arcadia, it doesn't show me the width of Ellerton, so I don't know what my turn radiuses is to get onto that.
So
That's
for
the
site
emergency
plan
access.
review,
Yeah.
I thought it was just to go along and take a look at this, but that part would be on the building permit. Is that correct?
No, because in order to, so right now you're meeting setbacks based on this, but you're not modeling the required cut-through. So you got to model that required cut-through and meet the code that's required in 527, Chapter 7, gives you your requirements for that emergency access road.
So you're looking for site plan review, you're looking for a model
Yeah.
cut through?
Yeah, so because what that's going to do is it's going to change your parcels. Okay, so if you're asking for a variance to make that an emergency as part of the lot, that has to come through here as well. And then it has to be passed on as an act. So you got to show that. So right now, if you do the model and it doesn't meet the radiuses, you're now going to lose more space on these lots.
Well, there's different models for the different apparatus.
Understood?
This is a 3-story building. what apparatus are we looking at? Are we looking at a tiller truck? Or are we
Yeah.
looking at a regular pump?
You're looking at both. It's full access.
The tiller truck can get down the
Alright,
street.
So here's where
All right.
we're not gonna discuss radiuses and tiller trucks and fire pumps. What we're gonna discuss is what's in chapter 7, which gives you your width and your radiuses. If you can't meet chapter 7, that's when we talk about tiller trucks and pumps, when you're looking to vary from what's required already in the code.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? The last time we were here, you said something about the larger truck would not fit on that access road.
I don't know. So we're not there yet.
Okay.
Okay, so it wasn't that it wasn't going to fit on an access road. I asked the question of what is the access road going to be constructed of, such that it will bear the weight. And that's also required for his civil engineer to look at these and provide a road base.
But let me ask you one other question. Right now, presently, in this area,
Yeah.
if any apparatus goes down there and goes to the end of the street
Yep.
to service anything,
Yep.
it has to back up.
Agreed.
Great.
So,
And now, if I was in this office when this road was built, that would not be the case.
But-
Unfortunately, what the predecessors did in the city is not where we are today. The road is beyond 150 feet. Once the road is beyond 150 feet by code, you have to provide an apparatus turnaround via cul-de-sac, hammerhead, or some other mechanism that's provided in the code.
But-
If you can't do that,
Yeah.
to accommodate, what you're proposing is a vehicle access cut-through road on the end side of these properties. That's already something different, which I'm not denying. However, you gotta show me that that road is going to meet code, which means this is no longer dead-end streets, this is a cut-through. So now you have to meet turn radiuses and road base and width.
but from fire,
If I could just-
Yep.
He's not extending the street. The street is already extended beyond this lot,
that's
correct?
correct.
So he's building on frontage that he already has
Yes.
on Katy.
There are other
So
If he was extending the street, I would agree. What he's doing is providing city service by this turnaround, and we want to make sure, obviously, we have time.
Yep. So what is?
There
what
are
is-
other houses on Allerton Street that go beyond this lot, so this is not the last street, it's the last house on the street.
It's not. I'm looking at the creek right there.
Mine is.
Where does the ditch come
So
into
show me
play
this,
on
so
this?
again, if I had the civil plan,
Yes,
I would have seen all those things. I
Okay.
don't have a civil plan.
No problem.
We need a certified plot plan also.
Yes.
So exact dimensions, all setbacks, and the turning radius, fire department,
So-
Along those lines too is, you know, this is gonna be included in your civil plans. In addition to the way the road's gonna be constructed, the road bed and all that stuff, it's gonna also be, what's the proximity to the ditch that's there? You know, what's gonna be the impact to that? How close are we gonna be? That's a lot of why the civil plan is important to have, so we, you know, can have conversation about.
And the only reason we didn't push this prior is because you still weren't even meeting setbacks as
Yeah,
when you were there.
Now he's conformed to zoning.
Right.
The next step is to go to the Conservation Commission, and they're gonna dictate what the material we use for that, most likely be crushed stone, to allow any more pavement in that area. And even driveways, even pervious pavement or crushed stone required.
You'll have a civil plan that's gonna define to a certain degree the extent of the ditch. And, you know, there'll be some amount of offset that you're gonna have to be, that you're gonna have to maintain away from that, piece of the drainage system. So, you know, when Engineering Alliance looks at it, that's something that they're gonna have to consider. They're gonna have to consider how they're gonna construct that road, and then obviously the layout, how big it is and all that sort of stuff.
How close is this to the ditch, Frank?
Well, that's what we don't know.
That's what we need to know.
That's one of the questions that
That
we need
ditch
to
has to be
answer.
flagged. The boundary of the wetlands has to be flagged, so we know where that's located, in relationship to the proposed road cut through. These engineers and local provide all
Because, I mean, that ditch is crucial, not only to that area, but the whole area down in that end of the city.
And this is important to us because it also provides the method to clean that ditch, you get equipment down there.
And how close is it to my house, and the last house?
The,
What street are you on?
Arcadia, last house, right where it's gonna.
well, you
right next door.
12 feet on that side.
And the ordinance says what?
10.
10. So we extended it just a couple more feet where we could.
12 feet from my house, okay.
From your
Property.
Your property line, not from your house.
But that's essentially
Pretty much
about
the
that.
same thing.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a lot.
So the plans have been revised, but we still need to see a certified plot plan. I don't think there is any. Reviewing these plans, reviewing zoning, all said that. You don't have to find what the foundation is on, right on the very center of the lot. Conforms to the new heights, floor, setback, height, dimensions.
So Hal, I have one comment on the, they have habitable spaces first here.
Yes.
And you relate the multiple based on elevation,
If you-
have you coordinated that?
If you look at the first floor
Yep.
and you see the garage,
Yes,
you'll
I see
notice
different levels.
there's different
Well,
levels.
my question is, have you figured that for the front
There's one
based on elevation?
Yes,
Okay, so you're running 35 feet, that's what you want to ask.
yes.
If you have to increase that, then I'll,
That's how we figured it. I think we're a little over just to make sure.
okay.
So
There's no other way.
So, again, we will return.
And there's one that doesn't.
Okay.
Plot plan showing.
Now, do you want Alliance Engineering up here also?
That would be helpful.
Probably
Okay.
helpful, yeah.
So the next one will be with him, and then we'll be talking about the roadway and all the other parameters that
Yeah,
you've
if you give us
indicated.
a total plan, grading plan, you know, it's pretty flat there.
Yeah.
You can see that in relationship to the elevations and others.
All right. So do I have to apply again, or do I,
This is being continued, and we'll be permitting.
so,
Until we come back.
well, let me make sure he has, it'll probably be a couple weeks for him.
I would still reapply for the site.
Yeah. Okay, there's no problem.
Yeah, just one line.
I enjoy the new computer system, very nice.
And put it on.
All right, thank you very much. All right. Thank you, Counselor.
See you back in a couple of weeks.
All right, thank you.
Sure. Okay, all right.
Hi, hello.
Again, site plan for 49 Cambridge Street. Anybody here? 49 Cambridge?
49.
Yes.
Okay, great.
How can we help you?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everybody. I have two lots, which means I have two numbers, 47 and 49. Now I have only one property on my land, and another half, I have nothing. So I'm thinking about building one more property on 49. My house is 47 now.
Okay, we need a plot plan to determine how much area you have in frontage on the street.
Oh, where
Do you
can I
have a
get
plan?
those information? I don't know.
Well, we'll do a preliminary check with the GIS system here
Okay.
to give you a determination.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah. She has. So you have an existing house,
Yeah,
two-family?
No.
Single-family?
yeah.
And you
Only
have,
two bed, very small
All right.
one.
This, Stratford property.
Yeah, it goes over.
yeah, so I can show you.
Uh-huh.
Your house splits the property line here,
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
so
Oh,
you
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
do anything else with that property.
Can I build one here so I can give, also do it like this, also
Okay.
cross the line?
You can't, all you could, what you could do is tear this house down or convert it to a two-family and build a new two-family there. You can't build two houses here.
So I cannot do one more property in the back?
No, no, no.
Can I expand that?
You can put an addition on this house, yes.
Oh, addition, so I can turn it into a two-family.
You can,
Can I?
yes, you can, but you have to provide 4 parking spaces, off-street parking spaces. You need to provide 30 feet setback in the rear, 10 feet on each side, and 20-foot setback in the front. So what you have to do is hire an architect, and he will review the zoning ordinances and tell you what you can do to meet zoning.
Okay, that's one question. Another question is, can I build the second floor? I haven't.
Yes, you can go, if it's a 1-story now, you can go up a second story.
Oh, okay, so I can build one more?
Yeah.
But just no more individual
No.
property in the
No
backyard?
more separate buildings.
Yeah, I was thinking if I build it one more in the backyard, right now it's my vegetable garden, I don't need a.
Maybe a shed.
That's not enough. I'm too old, I'm going to retire, so I'm thinking about building one more so I can rent it out, so I can take care of my rental property right in my house. It's a little bit
You
easier.
are allowed a 2-family in that district, so you can remodel, renovate, and add another unit.
Okay. I can like,
But you have to hire an architect
yeah, yeah.
and make sure you meet all the zoning requirements.
so I can build actually 2 families.
Yeah, you
but-
can build a 2-family.
Okay, great, thank you very
Okay.
much. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good day, thank you.
Site plan for 12 Hitchborn Street? 12 Hitchborn? Site plan for 37 Savage Street? Morning.
My name is Benny Bear. I'm the architect for this project. This project has been in front of site review panel before. The issue we had in the past was, I have a number of copies here of the site plan. The issue was, well, it's an existing 2-family that has a split level entrance and a unit at the lower level and a unit at the upper level. The project expands the upper level unit up. The issue we had before was that the basement, just by a few inches, met the definition for a story. So the addition previously was a full story, and now we've made adjustments to the plan to reduce the size, so now it meets requirements for a half story. So the volume of the addition is less than half of the volume of the story below it. Other than that,
And do you have those calculations?
I'm sorry?
Do you have those calculations
They
for us?
are
Great,
shown
very good.
in the drawings.
Yep.
Okay, absolutely.
Thank you.
This is assessed as a 2-family, Dana?
Yeah, there's a, if you look right here, there's a.
Yeah, there's a
in the
2-family,
drawing.
there's an
Yeah.
occupancy, right.
What is your lot size? Is it on here?
It's,
What's the parcel size?
4870.
48.
So,
So you got legal occupancy for a 2-family, and
and we're not changing that.
you're not changing that.
We have, if you look at drawing number 1 on A102, it states that the volume for the first floor is 10,025 cubic feet. And
A102, you said?
N102, it's right
Oh, there
here.
you go. Okay, thank you.
And then A103 shows the volume for the addition, the half story is 4998 cubic feet, so it's less than half.
How many stories is it now? 2?
Currently,
Or 1?
it's 2. So we're adding a half story.
And does this parking exist?
Yes, all the parking exists there. We're not changing.
This is all existing driveway.
It's
You're
all,
not adding.
we're not adding anything. If you look at the sheet right before the first one, it shows an exploded diagram of the proposed and the existing on the left, the proposed on the right. So this is, gives you an illustration of what's being proposed here. Other than that, we are rebuilding a new kitchen in an existing footprint on the right side of the lot, as you stand on the street. And other than that, that's not a horizontal addition, it's just a construction on the existing footprint. And we are in conformance of setbacks.
The kitchen right now doesn't meet the setbacks, right?
Where the kitchen is going to be, that area, it does not, in my understanding, does not meet the setback. But we're not making it any worse, we're just rebuilding it on that.
Yeah, so you're just going up, you're not going
We're,
up.
the only place where we're going up is the entrance at the front, and we're still doing it in conformance to both side and front. So if you look at the,
So that red area is what your addition is.
roughly, yes. If you look at A102, it shows it graphically.
I can't see that. Is that a 5-foot setback from that corner? of the building?
It's 4-foot change that's existing.
Oh, that's existing. He's squaring this off here.
I think the drawing you should look at is
Existing house, that's the basement, first floor.
Yeah.
And go on to doing this week setback, so this is where we sit.
Yes, I was just wondering what this red line is.
I'll show you.
I thought that was the
right
outline
here.
of the.
If you look at this, we're building a new entrance. Right now, there's a single door to the house, and you get in, and you can go into one unit or the other internally. We're going to provide 2 doors on the street.
No.
Yeah.
In this drawing, this is the addition that we're proposing, and we're in conformance of the side yard here and the front yard here.
Okay, all right.
It's shown.
But
right
this
there.
is an up and down two-family. It's on side by side, so here's a lot.
It's not side by side, it's up and down.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? Yes.
It's all existing. It's all existing.
Yeah, they do, they exist, they're pre-existing, they're pre-existing non-conforming parking, so. Okay, so the next step is a site plan review letter, which will be emailed to you on e-permitting. And you apply for your building permit after you receive that. Okay?
Thank you very much. Would you like to keep any of these?
Yes. The building department has to verify those calculations for the,
I'll be happy to walk through my methodology.
Yep.
Thanks.
Good job. You did it right, you did a good job. I mean, I haven't calculated, you know, looked at the district.
Yeah. Site plan for 1150 North Shore Road.
My name is Tavis Babbitt, I'm the designer for the project, and first off, I'd like to just apologize for the way that this whole process has been handled. It was not handled well from the beginning, so basically I did the initial design for the restaurant there, and then one day I was driving by and noticed a
Yes.
refrigerator
Yeah, this
on the
is
side of the building.
Yes.
So- Yes, yeah, that, the bar layout, I don't know if it really changed that much. It was always going to be walled off as separate, with a smaller dine-in,
It's a nice shoot.
takeout mostly.
It's just they extended the scope and altered the scope tremendously.
So what,
This addition is for the refrigerator unit.
correct.
Right. So as, I believe I emailed you and
Yes.
the owner indicating that now you would need a variance for that addition.
Yes.
So what happens next is you get a denial of this plan on e-permitting. Take that denial to the city clerk, you can file for your relief.
Okay.
You'll be seeking relief for rear yard setback.
Right. So it would be a denial of the existing permit.
Pardon me?
Denial of the existing permit.
Yes.
Yes.
He's really, yes. I know we discussed it. Can I see that?
So that egress was an addition for, from the existing.
We did talk about that.
We don't, that egress was proposed more for convenience originally. The egress, there's two egresses currently,
Yeah.
and the occupant load is calculated as about 30. So we don't need more than two. Travel, yeah. No, it was not there. Never there. We added that as a convenience to get things in and out of the supplies and things.
So that rear egress was never there?
Never there.
Oh, it was just shown?
It was shown
Oh,
as.
as an egress.
As an added,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
for us, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, the
that's
existing
what was
plan is
approved
A3 or A2. That's the existing plan. That's when I measured it before we did any work in there.
for. Yeah, so we took a couple spaces.
So A2
Right.
doesn't
These are spaces.
have any egress there.
I'll help you review that.
Yeah. Yes. No.
Yeah, we have one. We have them all lined up, and they are just waiting. Yeah. Gotcha. Yep.
Maybe you can work with them and give us
Yeah.
a
I've been in contact with them,
yeah,
and
but
they
give
seem
me,
pretty thorough.
maybe you can draw up a fire alarm system layout drawing for
Sure.
me and be done with this.
I think they actually did do the work, but they were hesitant about submitting it because they hadn't got any
No,
approvals yet.
I've
so-
actually been trying to help him. I've
Okay,
been down there a
good.
couple of times with the fire alarm company,
Gotcha.
going through the layout.
Okay.
But I just for the final sign off, I just need an as-built affidavit. So
Okay.
if you could work with them, I'd
Absolutely,
appreciate
yeah.
it very much.
I know they have, I gave them a copy of the plans a
Right.
few months ago, so I'll make sure they get.
Yeah,
Okay.
from the drawings that they have, the bar layout changed, because when I walked
Okay.
in, based on their drawings, it was much different. than
Gotcha.
what was in there. So,
Okay.
a lot, no, seating count changed, so now it's a liquor license, so we gotta.
Right,
show
that did,
that's
yes,
correct.
that's right, yep,
Okay.
okay. Okay,
I figured the egress wasn't an issue, but I need someone else to own it, not me.
sure, that's not your job, right?
Right. This is the entrance to the corner, and then this entrance is right here. It's about travel distance and occupancy, so travel distance meets.
But you don't need something with that.
Okay, you get that denial later.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they're existing bathrooms. Yeah. I've passed everything.
So for us, next step is just to wait for that letter and then file for the
File for
variance.
the
Okay.
variance.
Very good.
Once you obtain that, then you can file for a building permit for that
For that.
freezer.
All right. Yep. Gotcha. All right. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
All right.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Site plan for 1141 Revere Beach Parkway.
apologize, I only bought 2 half-size copies, I thought you guys had copies. So you might have to share. These are easy to read anyway. I think the attorney probably will speak more about the project. We already met with site plan review a year and a half ago, and were approved contingent upon the acquiring this property. Essentially the same, I'm sorry, I'm John Seeger, architect, the
Yeah.
Seeger Architects.
Why don't you summarize what you were approved for under the prior special permit?
Okay. We presented essentially adding an addition for additional seating for the first floor restaurant. This new use is going to be Dandy Donut Factory Restaurant. It's a fairly new franchise. There's existing, well, the car wash is already built, and as far as I know, you received approval on that even prior to us? Yeah. So when we went with plan review, it was really for the addition. We wanted to modify the parking, handicap out in front of the building. We have a curb cut and a plaza area here. The same as far as the flow for vehicle traffic. There's 2 lanes for the car wash, and when you come through the car wash, this is an easement that exits through the back, and there's another lane for the drive-through, which was presented as well. We are adding a directional signage here to make sure people know to go to this lane. That was the one change that we did on the drawing since the last presentation. I'm sorry. And then the dumpster. I'm not 100% sure if the dumpster was here at the year and a half ago, because we didn't want to bring trash all the way down to Joe's dumpster at the end. And we did all the parking striping here for the dumpster.
Is that dumpster has to be set back 10 feet from the property line? Is that shown on the plan? 10 feet?
It's not dimensioned,
No.
and if this is the property line.
Yeah, just check that, so
Okay.
you're in conformance with that. What's the total number of parking spaces now
Well, they're
with that
proposing,
land?
30.
Would you acquire the right to this land and then also the property in the front from the state?
Yeah.
Yes, we're immediately.
That's why they-
Who's the attorney for that?
This property was owned by Power Transportation.
Yep.
This was DCR. We have already acquired an easement agreement, executed an easement agreement with DOT allowing for the use. In order to get use of DCR land, legislation was necessary, the legislation was passed.
So do you have documentation of both?
Yes. I can get you a copy of the easement agreement. I have in my briefcase a copy of the legislation. We haven't closed on it yet. This is a decamp process. They've been able to assess it. But,
So when you have final right to use both of those pieces, then I'm going to need the documentation that goes along with that, that shows that you do have that.
okay.
Buying the front at least.
Buying, purchasing, and the legislation, I actually do have that here. Chapter 68 of the Act of 2018.
Okay, so it's currently in the hands of DCAM right now.
Actually, it's hasn't. It's gone from DCR. It's TR one's got the DCR to EEA has to sign it, send it over to the DCAM is waiting for it.
Keep on top of these things because they take a long time. So we have firsthand
It's a long process.
variance. Yeah. So in summary, these parking spaces were shown in the original submission as part of the special permit, but now they're being, actually, the land's actually being transferred over to the owner to create, legitimize the parking that's required as part of the special permit.
Essentially, the right-of-way of the parkway is being redrawn.
This happened in the right-of-way of the parkway a long time ago,
This
was
here?
abandoned. The,
Emilio, can I
Oh,
address
sure.
that? Because I know the history of that
Okay.
pretty well. This roadway in 1955 was the Revere Beach Parkway. When the expressway was built, they built that bridge and overpass. They moved the parkway over, and that was in 55. In 1970, Henry Tufoni built this building and used what was the still existing parkway pavement as parking and egress, and he did have an agreement from the then MDC. But the maximum term for those agreements was 10 years. Obviously, it's been 48 years later, and it was never renewed, and it just always was like that. But now that we're redeveloping the property, we're going to make the property whole by adding that on, and we went through the process of purchasing it from the state. Because that agreement was no longer in effect, it was long gone.
So then at some point, you'll have that'll be executed,
yes.
and then be,
Yes.
okay.
Because that had to go as legislation from the state rep to the Senate House, and the governors have already signed it, now it's going to DCAM, so they put a value on it, we pay them. The process is essentially done, except for them telling us what we need to pay.
So for the addition, was that a special permit or an addition? You
Special
revised that, so there was a second special permit, correct?
Yes.
Okay, do you have that, do we have that? Did you come back before site plan for that? So
Yes.
you received your final site plan?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you're only here because basically.
We needed to call these parking spaces our own.
Been qualified, okay.
Yeah. When was that second special permit issued? Just,
It was February 2017. That's when we met in front of site plan review, but I didn't receive it. It went to the civil engineer, Joe.
Yeah.
yeah, but you already exercised your right, you pulled a permit for that work, correct?
Well, we
Under the
went
second.
back to the city council so they could relook at
Right, so they didn't pull permit for that actual work, Frank, they pulled permits for the garage, they've activated that special permit.
You have 2 years from that
Correct.
date it was issued
Yes,
to
yes.
exercise your right,
That's coming up.
pull a permit.
Yeah, we did produce a set of construction drawings for this portion of it, but we could not get final approval
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
the parking is satisfied. I mean, obviously, it was approved site plan.
Yeah.
He needs that property.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
Okay. Thanks for the update. And,
So do you have any idea, anticipate how long it's gonna take, or?
We're looking at 4 to 6 months, I think.
Okay. So, I mean, I would probably be willing to allow a permanent risk, and then no occupancy until that documentation's in place. That may push the project along, I think that would be
yeah.
in the city's best interest, to push the project along on a permanent risk, and then we,
Seeking relief from the state agency and to acquire the land would extend the life of that special permit.
it would. I think
So
it's.
the duration of what it takes to get this done.
I agree. I don't think your permits your special permits at risk, but I just think for the sake of moving the project
Yeah,
forward.
that's a good idea.
Okay.
That's probably the best.
In lieu of that, we can issue a permanent risk with occupancy being held up until you resolve the issues. or it comes back as yours.
And, yeah, make sure the final right-of-way plans get submitted to the city engineer for our records.
Maybe a complete as-built that's gonna be needed.
Yeah.
Once everything's.
Frank, that's not in the footprint of the proposed Route 16 interchange, so
No,
that won't affect that at all.
no.
I would guess that DCI would kind of consider that
Well, I know it's Mass Highway now.
from our side.
No, there was a design at one point
That was tied into the casino.
to come up with a
Right, so
ramp,
that's
but
not- this
that's
is-
off the
We're
board.
not doing that.
Because the
It's off the
casino
table.
went away.
Well, the access would be a turnaround.
The legislation doesn't get through without
Yeah.
sign-offs.
But even if they went forward, the grade was too severe to make that ramp work, to come up and meet the highway.
Because there's a
Yeah.
big hill up here
Yeah.
to Route 1.
So the new plan is the signals coming off
Now,
the
so use the existing ramp at the left turn.
for the left turn. Right across the street there with a signalized. Then coming off Route 1 south, another signal at 16
Instead
there.
of building
They
a
did have to modify the highway layout
Yeah.
plan. with this
as long as it won't affect it.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
Great.
you're good, thank you.
Work out construction schedule, everything.
Tie it all together. Yes, I understand.
When you say a full set of plans, not just civil, but the architectural
Building
and
plans
and
showing the-
structural. Yeah.
Plans are gonna have to reflect car wash and
Yep.
Do you have a full set of current civil plans that you can send over, you know, like
Yeah,
PDF or something like that?
who should we email them to? Because,
Yeah, you can email them to me.
yeah, we have the PDFs.
Okay, good.
But I
I want to
don't,
make sure I have the most current set. It's been a little while since I looked at it. so-
before you go into the department,
thanks.
that way do the same thing, you send it to me.
Okay.
We'll do the review offline. Okay. And then, once we get all the issues resolved, I'll we just sign off. Okay.
Joe, what's going in that coffee shop still?
It's a,
So one comment, and Joe, I think you did, there was an exterior grease trap already installed, correct?
yes,
Okay.
1,500 gallon grease traps
Yep.
installed,
Very good.
and the gas sand separator,
Yep,
and there was an existing private force main that goes up to Fenno Street. We just replaced the chambering pumps.
That's shown in these plans, right?
Coffee shop?
Yes.
yeah.
Coffee shop,
Okay.
and they will also serve breakfast and lunch, like sit-down service.
Was the water line upgraded to service the new car wash?
We installed a new 2-inch line for the car wash. There was an existing 1-inch line that was going to be used for the coffee shop. And there was already, whatever it was, 6 or 4-inch, because the building was sprinkled before. So that line was existing.
Is there, you put in a grease trap for the restaurant?
Yeah, it did.
Yes, a 1,500 gallon outdoor trap.
Yeah, that's already in,
Which is
too.
no in-
Yeah,
in-
I recall that you did, I just wanted to confirm that.
And then we have, I'm pretty sure, internal one, too.
There's a second
Yep.
internal one.
That,
Whatever
it's
the
just,
code is.
it's been a while, yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
Thank you very much.
Okay. Site plan for 19 Newberry Street? 19 Newberry? first of all, what's the legal occupancy of the house? Is it
It's a 2.5 bedroom, no, currently it's a 4 bedroom,
a single family?
single family, 2.5 story.
So, just present the scenario. So you're rebuilding the existing, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the 2015, the occupant died and gave the house to the kids, Robin and Jeff Fitzpatrick. House sat for a year, leaking and rotting away with no one in it, and they want to renovate it, and they hired someone to design a renovation that wasn't practical, taking all the interior walls out and making it a 3-bedroom home. So 2 weeks ago, they hired me to look into it, and I suggested that the house be torn down and rebuilt on the existing foundation. So last week, we had a structural engineer go out, review the foundation, and submitted a letter saying that it can be repaired and reused. So we designed a new home that is 12 inches taller, that has 3 bedrooms, and 1 full bath with 2 half baths. So on the second floor level, it's 3 bedrooms with a full bath, and, 2 full baths, master bath and a full bath. On the first floor, it's kitchen, living room, dining room, half bath, and then in the basement, there's a bonus room with a half bath. So the intentions is to add 18 inches to the existing foundation and then build up with all new construction from there.
Your new ridge height will be 29 feet?
Yes,
4
existing is
inches?
28, we're adding 12 inches to it.
Okay.
Obviously changing to a lower pitch
Yeah.
so we can have attic space.
It's 4,000 square feet.
Okay.
Can I just get clarification on the address?
Yeah, so 25 is what the engineer has on his plot plan, but on your records, it's 19.
I see, they're using it as a building address.
Yeah.
Oh, that needs to be corrected. What do they have on the building?
On the building, it's 25. On the deed, on everything that they have, it's 25. I checked with the engineer, and he said the same thing. There's something that needs to be clarified, because what he has in his documents and a couple of the websites, it's indicated as 19.
That's existing.
Yep, I'll have to look.
What I don't see here is a certified plot plan you'll need showing the setbacks of the
Yes, so,
house, because you're proposing a new deck in the back.
yes, Design Consultants is in the process of preparing that. We wanted to make sure that we got permission to remove the house first, to see if this project could move forward.
Yeah.
And the
It seems
proposed,
like you have plenty of room in the rear. You need 20 feet for
Yeah.
your deck, so you're okay there. And 10 feet on the side of the new deck, so make sure you show that on the certified plot plan.
Yep.
Do you have another copy of that?
this one, no, I don't, sorry. It's, I emailed it in the application,
Okay.
So the front of the house is staying also?
yes. So the footprint
That's
stays
you.
just as is. The only thing that adds to the footprint is the deck.
Okay.
But then on the second floor, it's the addition, which again doesn't exceed the perimeter of the house.
This is a single family, it's gonna stay a single family?
Yes.
So the only thing you have to upload is your certified plot plan,
Mhm.
once your surveyor completes that, so.
Yeah, we were going
You can
to submit that with the construction drawings and the permit application.
So we can confirm
Yeah.
that everything is exactly the way it is.
Mhm.
Okay. Is this your only copy? Do you need this?
No, that's a scan.
Can you see which one?
Provide the letter from the engineers and the foundations.
Mhm. Yeah. I sent it to the building inspector. current house is built in 1920, and it's balloon frame construction where everything's pretty much been deteriorated. The sills are all rotted. The first floor is 4 inches out of whack. There's really no chance of repairing it to stay within their budget, that it'd be easier to dismantle it and build with a fresh sill.
So existing 3 bedrooms and you,
Existing 4-bedroom.
4-bedroom.
Proposed 3-bedroom.
3 bedrooms? Okay. Is there any off-street parking here? Is that a driveway on that side?
Yes, they have a driveway that goes all the way to the back of the
Yeah,
house,
okay.
and there's parking in front of the house on the sidewalk.
Okay.
That's not on street though. Off street.
Yeah. So, the next step, you'll receive, e-permitting, a site plan review letter, conditions, you'll get emailed that. Once you have that, you can, and you file your, upload your certified plot plan,
Mhm.
and,
Apply for
apply
building
the
permit.
construction plans and apply for the building permit.
Thank you.
Whatever you have now as far as floor plans or construction plans, it behooves you to go to the fire department and get those plans stamped as early as possible in the process. And they're right down at Central Fire Station. You can
Okay.
make an appointment to go down there.
And is a demolition permit required first, or just go straight to building permit?
No, demo.
Demo
required
permit
first,
first,
yeah.
okay.
You're in like one of this, we're probably gonna require bylaws.
Yep,
Before you take those down.
okay. And we got permission from their cousins, which are the neighbors to the right, to put temp electric in their yard. Is that okay? Okay.
So when you get close down.
The neighbors to the right are their cousins, and they gave us permission to put a temp electric pole in their property.
Okay,
Is that okay?
yep,
All right.
yep, just obviously pull your permit through
Yeah.
the electrical inspector, but yep.
And the house is gonna be dismantled, not demoed, because of the tight quarters,
Yeah.
and because we don't want the foundation. They're
So,
gonna-
so what I suggest you do is you have a demo sign-up sheet. I would present your application online as a demo first, because you're
Okay.
gonna need sign-offs.
Yep.
Electrical, plumbing, building, fire, board of health, so there's a
Okay.
number of sign-offs. I
Great.
would start working on that.
Okay,
And it's an older house, so check, you know what your water service is. If it's a lead service, that has to be replaced.
Mhm. It's, coming in, looks like 3/4
So you'll have to upgrade to an inch.
to the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the sewer?
It's, I believe, cast iron. What's visible is cast iron, 4-inch.
Is there a sump pump in the basement?
No. No, the invert looks like it's about 18 inches below the slab. So all the proposed work isn't going to be an issue at all. New electrical poles are on there, same side. There's gas already in the house, and we're gonna remove the oil. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we have a certified guy that recycles it, yeah,
You know, also, when you demo the house,
yeah.
you need plumbing permits to do
Yep.
that, and gas permits. if you have
MH Hill is gonna be our plumber. MH Hill, he's the plumber we're gonna use, he's familiar with the
Just
codes
tell
of
them he's
repair.
gotta pull a permit to remove.
To demo.
As well as install.
Yep,
So when you demo the house, you're gonna take it down by hand.
yes.
So what you wanna do is, we can talk about that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna give me a safety plan,
Mhm.
and it means the methods.
Yep.
So this is how we're gonna do it, this is how we're gonna load it, this is how we're gonna get it out of here.
Okay.
Based on that review, I'll determine whether you need a fire detail there or not. So, cross your T's, dot your I's. Give you
Okay.
a good plan, the detail goes away.
Good. That's it?
You know what you gotta do.
All right, great, thank you.
Site plan for 3640 Furlong Drive.
You need this one?
He's gonna upload it.
Pretty good, yeah, he is.
Morning. This is the Target Stop and Shop Plaza and the shops at Suffolk Downs. In between the two is the Mattress Firm store. We would like to cut that right in half, almost in half. And Mattress Firm is going to be taking the side closest to Target. Yes.
So for any permit we issued on this property, they're gonna fix the hydrants in the parking lot. They're still broken. I already wrote it up. I already gave them the information when they were doing the target over. That has not been addressed.
We do a lot of work with CETA right now,
Yeah.
so I'll talk to them as soon as I get out of here.
So someone's gotta let me know, let the water department know that that's happening. There's a hydrant that's knocked over, and there's two that are not working properly. So someone needs to go out on that private property and flow those hydrants and come up with a repair plan.
Also, they owe me an as-built plan for the work that was done to the Target, the sewer service out front and everything.
There's actually guys right there doing the sewer service today. I'm not sure what they're doing there, but I did a drive-through,
Okay?
and I seen a sewer repair crew there. As built for sewer for Target?
Yeah, they did some work out front to reroute the interior sewer and whatnot, so I need as-built for the work that should have been done.
And you are?
Engineering. I got a card for it.
Okay. Just want to make sure I get it to
I
the...
was talking to someone with VHB, I think. Is that who was doing the engineering over there?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks. Anything else?
How big is the space now?
I believe it's 4,000 square feet, 3994, and I believe it's going down to about 2,100.
Okay, and you don't know what's going to be in the empty space, right?
Mattress Firm's taking the one closest to Target. The space to the right, I believe we're adding 2 new bathrooms in there for future, but it's an empty space. Cliff Giles will be doing the plumbing also.
Mood for this, so once you sign off and get your documents in place, we can move forward if they apply for a permit, okay?
No site plan
No,
review letter will be
no, nothing's needed. It's- Yep,
That was a while ago.
yeah,
Have a tenant?
no.
No, not yet.
Okay. Good, you're all set?
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
All right, thank you. Okay, that concludes the site plan review committee meeting for August 28th.
Do we have one more?
We have somebody else?
Maybe that's 12.
What's your address? Oh, you are 12 Hitchborn, okay, there you are.
How you doing?
Good. Have a seat. Okay. What are you proposing to do?
Was for additional in the back.
Rear addition? One-story addition, two-story addition?
Do you have a plot plan?
Yeah.
Okay, can we see that?
And what's the existing use?
Yeah, this is existing.
Single family, two-family?
Two family. Sorry.
Haven't looked at it yet. But it's,
Oh, my God. Okay. you have an elevation? So first of all, explain what you're doing here. You're putting on a 20 by 26 rear addition,
Yeah.
2 stories. For what purpose? You adding bedrooms? You expanding the kitchen?
Well, I want to spend like the first floor like 1 bedroom and like the other side master bedroom.
On both levels?
And yeah, in both levels. And the second floor is a little bit more big.
Okay. Let's take a look at the floor plan.
Yeah.
I want to understand.
This is existing.
This is existing. So you have, how many bedrooms on the 2 bedrooms existing?
Yeah.
On both levels?
Both levels, yeah.
This is single family?
2 family.
Two family.
I'll do the research in a second.
This is the addition. This is the addition back here? No.
No, this
No,
one.
here we're looking up here. So kitchen,
The kitchen is ready 16. This is the addition.
okay, so this is the,
Yeah, right
this is the
here.
house, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
So you're making a 2-bedroom units to 4-bedroom units.
Yes.
What we have to look at is the 30% coverage.
Want to call him and ask him?
He's already above it, 36%.
What is this single family?
2.
Yeah, I mean,
So right off the bat, you exceed the lot coverage, the footprint of the building exceeds 30% of the lot, so we'll have to deny this plan unless you shrink this addition down.
Yeah, this is the addition right here.
If you shrink it down to under 30%, so the entire footprint of the building with the proposed addition is under 30%. Otherwise, we have to deny the plan. And, let's see. So that's the only nonconformity I see right now. Are you the owner of the property?
Yes.
Okay.
What's gonna happen to the porch? You leave the porch in between?
Well, maybe I remove it like, this is concrete right here, the first floor. Yeah, I can remove it if I need it.
You're not gonna have the addition be attached to a porch that's in the middle, right? The porch is merged.
Yeah,
The porch is gonna be-
yeah, this come out. Take it
Yeah,
out.
he shows it out.
Right here.
So, we're gonna need a new certified plot plan to show that that porch is coming out,
Okay.
show where the new line of the addition is, the new wall of the addition. Is it gonna come straight down, or is it gonna jog in like this? We need to see that. It looks like on your plan that it does jog in here. And here.
Setbacks on that one side.
Yeah.
5 feet from the minimum. That's the dog. Oh, yeah. it'd be
Yeah.
almost further. Right here, there's no shed. I don't know if this meets setbacks or anything like that.
The shed is removed. Is there a shed back there? now?
Yeah, in the back,
It's still there?
it's still there. It's new, yeah.
Well, we need to deny the plan anyway, so he's uploaded this on e-permitting, you will get an email of a denial letter, because you don't conform to you're over the 30% lot coverage, okay? You can proceed and seek relief through the ZBA for that lot coverage, or you can revise the plan and shrink this addition down. You can decide,
Yeah.
okay? So I'll keep a copy of this. And if you have a contact on the e-permitting, your email is on there, the
Yes,
letter will
my
go to
email,
you,
yeah.
okay?
What's the square footage? It doesn't make a difference.
These are all the same.
Probably,
Six percent.
oh, yeah, six.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you get an idea, here's the existing, here's the addition. It's almost double.
Yeah.
This part's already here,
Yeah.
so isn't it just this? For the calculation?
This is the second floor.
No, I got that, but the calculation's not here.
Yeah.
So will we still be over the 30?
Right. Also, is this 3 stories? Is this an addition? Where's
this is the
existing grade,
basement.
right here?
Yeah.
It's or
This is the basement.
is there any living area in the basement?
No. It's just storage.
All right. I mean, let's take a look at the existing. Maybe 1, 2, 3.
Well, I don't
I
know.
can do an expansion of non-conforming structure as a special permit.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. That's if they choose to do that, Frank.
Well, it is non-conforming because it only has, doesn't have 4 parking spaces. Right, where's the plot plan? Do you have it? I'll need that. Oh, I think I have one here. There it is. Yeah, he only has 2 parking spaces. So you will need to seek relief through the zoning board of appeals for a special permit for this addition. It'll all be outlined in the letter of denial. Okay?
I can get it, the permit, so.
No, you can't get the permit until you get approval from the zoning board of appeals. Then you come back.
You need relief.
So do you understand that the addition is too large?
Well,
It exceeds the 30% requirement zoning.
it's 20, like,
And plus, it's a non-conforming structure because you only have 2 parking spaces for a 4-family. And when you want to expand a non-conforming structure, it requires a special permit from the zoning board of appeals. So that's your next stop, zoning board of appeals. If you get approval from the zoning board of appeals, then you come back here. If they deny you, then you,
Have to alter the plan.
okay, you have to revise the plan. Okay?
yeah.
So when you get that letter, see this, bring it to the city clerk, and she'll set up a public hearing for you.
Yeah, sure. I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
You-
good luck.
You need this, huh?
We don't need that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are you here for site plan review? You're done.
He's, something else.
All right. That concludes the site plan review meeting for August 28th, 2018.
Good job as well.